have I got an interesting video for you guys today. I think that you're going to be kind of torn by this one, as I was when I, actually got them in the mail. So obviously, as you can see from the title above, I bought some things from Family Video. If you're not familiar with Family Video, they are a company that's, I'm pretty sure that they're kind of like Hastings in that they originally had a few stores located in a few areas in the United States, but never in any areas that I lived in. So I wasn't really familiar with them, but I knew that other people had been familiar with them and that they had, been a business that's been around for a little while, and that they're getting into their online sales now, kind of like Go Hastings did. So I figured I've had so much success with Go Hastings, why not try Family Video? And so recently they had a sale on their Blu-rays for like $5 with free shipping. $5 on certain used Blu-rays with free shipping. And there are a lot of like newer titles on there that have not gone down to that price before. So I was tempted, and I just said, you know what? I'll do it. I'll give it a chance. Because, you got to try everything out once and see what comes of it. And what came of it was a little disconcerting, but not too bad, because, like, in the end, I feel like I got kind of what I paid for, just not exactly the way I was expecting it. So let's just start with the bad and go to the good. All right? So with Go Hastings, you have to be concerned about a couple of things. First, you have to be concerned about rental copies. They will send you rental copies of used Blu-rays. So, it'll be the movie only on a disc, none of the special features that would come on the regular original release of the movie. And I've had that happen to me a few times, but I'm pretty sure that the worst problem I had with that was accidentally buying those from Blockbuster back in the day, when they would have their buy 5 for 20 or something like that used Blu-ray sale. So it wasn't like a huge problem with Go Hastings. It's just that if you don't watch out for it, then you can actually end up doing that. Thankfully, with Go Hastings, they will tell you now. They tell you whether or not you're getting the used copy of the traditional release or a previously viewed copy. And when it says previously viewed on there, that means more often than not that it's the rental copy, which will more than likely mean that it's just the movie, no special features, no special nada. So at least with Go Hastings, they will tell you. They'll say previously viewed, which means rental copy. Used usually just means that it's the original version, but it's a used copy. And I always go for used, and so long as you look and make sure that it's not a previously viewed copy, you should be in the clear with Go Hastings. Unfortunately, it would appear that's not the same case with Family Video. Family Video, I bought all used copies of all these things, and ended up getting a few rental copies, one rental copy, and a couple of cases where it's like lacking the special, one case where it's lacking the special features, and then other cases where I got almost more than I expected. So it's a little odd, but let's just get into it. For $5 I got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, rental exclusive, which of course means that it's the movie and nothing else. So yeah, I'm gonna have to buy that again. Or, no, I'm going to have to buy it again. I'll probably, what'll end up happening is I will probably sell this maybe to a store nearby, and then I'll get the regular copy at some point. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer when this happens, but at least I've got the movie. It's just, I would prefer to have the original copy, and I would love it if Family Video would, tell me if I'm getting a rental copy or a frickin' rental copy or a regular used copy. Because, I don't know if you understand this, but I'm a collector, and I do actually, even though it's used, I do want as much as bang as I can get for my buck. So yeah, I mean, I probably won't be keeping this, but for $5, even if it's just the movie, even if it's just a rental copy, not a horrible price. It's all right. And we're going from the worst to the best here, so that's the worst case scenario that happened. Next up for $10, I got Interstellar, which I absolutely love, and I did a little review of that I haven't actually posted on the channel yet, but after this I probably will. But yeah, I got Interstellar on Blu-ray. It didn't come with any of the special stuff that the other Interstellar copies have, if you find them in the wild. It didn't come like with the film cell, which I'm thinking about just getting a new copy of Interstellar, maybe, just so I can get that cool stuff. But yeah, this disc 1 is Blu-ray feature film, disc 2 is the special features, and disc 3 is the DVD. The problem with this one, it came with only the feature film. So yeah, I kind of got burned on this one too. I didn't get the special features on this one, but at least it is not the rental copy. It's the original version. It just only came with the feature film and nothing else. Which, you know, okay. But I'm thinking, you know, for $10, can't I get more than that, for crying out loud? I mean, granted, it's a brand new movie for $10 used, but come on. Cut me some slack here. At least give me the special features. The nice thing about this not being a rental copy is that I will more than likely just be able to get the, maybe find the special features disc on eBay somewhere for $5 maybe, and complete this, and then I'll have it for about $15, which, you know, okay, I'll do that. But yeah, it's a kind of a bummer, but I really love Interstellar, so at least I have the movie. Next up, I picked up for $5 A Million Ways to Die in the West. A lot of people were torn on this movie. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I'm not really a huge Family Guy fan or even a Seth MacFarlane fan, but I am a huge Western fan, and I love Westerns, and this was just a huge, hilarious pastiche of Western films. Not exactly in the same style as Blazing Saddles, but it kind of did at a few points have that Blazing Saddles feel, only with like a modern take on it. So I really did enjoy this movie. It was absolutely hilarious. I laughed my butt off, and so I really wanted to have it on Blu-ray. And yes, thankfully, all the special features, I'm pretty sure, are on the main disc here, which is why it leaves me curious. Why is there a second hub here? I think this case was originally intended for Interstellar or something. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't get snubbed on this one. I actually got what I wanted and what I paid for here. $5, Million Ways to Die in the West. Exactly the way I wanted it. So, no problem there. Awesome. You know, like, so it's like, with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, kind of got screwed, but Million Ways to Die in the West, I got a great deal. But the best deal I got, one I did not see coming, and I'm actually kind of happy about. Gone Girl, the Ultra Deluxe Special Edition that comes with the little book of Amazing Amy. I mean, what? So wait a minute, Family Video. You sent me the rental copy of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and the Ultra Special Super Deluxe Edition of Gone Girl. Is there no rhyme or reason to anything this company does? I'm not familiar, so I wouldn't know. This is my first experience, and I am bewildered. So yeah, I mean, ultimately I feel like with this special edition, all the other things aside, lacking the special features disc on Interstellar and the rental copy of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I feel like having paid what I think was $25 total for all of these, I feel like I got what I paid for, essentially, because I got the special deluxe edition of Gone Girl here with this cool, it's an entire book here. It's like a children's book, which of course is really creepy when you consider what the movie is about. And as for my thoughts on Gone Girl, I watched it, and I watched it. I had bought it sight unseen, and I knew that I would probably enjoy it because it's Ben Affleck. It's a David Fincher movie. You know, it just seemed like it was right up my alley. So after getting it this last week, I watched it, and you know, I immediately afterwards I had to look up online the term Gone Girl feminism because I just wanted to see what their take was on this. I'm not, you know, I used to consider myself a feminist. I guess I would now consider myself an egalitarian. But it's always interesting to see how different people view these kinds of things. And then, especially in this case, I had the feeling while watching it that there were going to be a lot of feminists who were either really happy with this or really fucking hated it. And, yeah, I got both sides of the fence on that one. I was right. I was right, absolutely. If you look up that term the way that I did, you'll get the same results that I did. Like, you know, you've got some people saying it's a brilliant feminist masterpiece, and you've got other people saying this is trash, it's absolute horrible trash. And, you know, both of these writers are feminists. It's just that they have different takes on it. And I think that's interesting, and one of my favorite things about the movie is that the first part of the movie, I don't want to give too much away, but the first part of the movie kind of tells you one side of the story, and then the second part of the movie tells you the other side of the story. So you fully get to see two halves of a whole here. And it is really interesting, really well done. I really liked, I was actually surprised by Tyler Perry's role in this, and yeah, he's a good actor. I mean, he's sold me on, after watching that, I'm sold on him being able to pull off Baxter Stockman. I mean, we've already seen some images of him as Baxter Stockman on set for TMNT 2. If you didn't know, he's going to be Baxter Stockman in the new Ninja Turtles movie. But, yeah, he did a really cool job in this. I mean, granted, his role was very limited, but I felt like he did a pretty damn good job. Ben Affleck obviously did a really good job as well. What's her name? Why am I so sexist and don't remember her name? Rosamund Pike, is that her name? I think that's her name, yeah. Rosamund Pike. She did the main female character. I mean, she was crazy good. That was the standout performance of this film, and just, I mean, she was pulling some Norman Bates stuff there, really. I mean, honestly, when I was watching Gone Girl, I really felt like I was watching a role reversal version of Psycho. Not exactly the same. Not even, I wouldn't even say it's like really remotely the same. It's just that, you know, there are a few similarities between the two characters of Norman Bates and this woman, and it's really interesting to see how she takes that role and runs with it, and it's just really creepy, and, you know, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned kind of thing, and it's really disturbing, incredibly disturbing. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I don't think I would say it's a horror film. You know, a lot of people think Psycho, they think horror. Psycho isn't necessarily, well, maybe it's a horror movie, but it's not really like, you know, Hitchcock wasn't really a horror director. He was more of a suspense guy, and it just so happened that his suspenseful movies often had horrific scenes in them, and those horrific scenes went on to inspire a lot of horror filmmakers. So he was a big part of the horror genre without actually making many, if any, movies in the horror genre. And I feel like this has a lot of Hitchcock in it, and it's also got a lot of like a new age kind of storytelling in it too. And geez, man, just really honestly frightening, disturbing stuff in this movie. And, you know, just because this happens in a story doesn't mean that it always happens everywhere or anything like that. But I do like that there was some focus put in this movie on a side of the story that you don't often get to hear from the media. So, yeah, I liked this movie overall, and I liked the fact that I got the really cool special edition of it. I mean, heck yeah. And I don't care if I show you the code because someone already tried it and it was used. Sorry. But yeah, it actually came with all that stuff too. It came with this. I mean, I couldn't tell you why, but sure, okay. So yeah, I would have expected to pay like maybe 10 or 15 bucks for the special edition here of Gone Girl. And then maybe for lacking the special features version of Interstellar, maybe like 8 bucks. A Million Ways to Die in the West is, I think it's gone down to about 8 bucks in the past, so maybe a used copy like 7 bucks. So already right here I've got the 25 bucks that I paid for the movies. It just so happens that I also ended up getting the rental copy of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So it's kind of a toss-up, you know. It isn't exactly what I expected, and I don't know if I'll really buy too much more from Family Video after this experience, because, you know, I'd rather be able to know when and if I'm buying a rental copy of something, you know. If they get around to actually implementing that into the way that their website works and actually telling you, oh, by the way, this is the previously viewed or this is the rental copy, then maybe I'll get around to buying more stuff from Family Video. But for now, like, I'm torn because I got a really good deal on Gone Girl. $5 on that one. $5. That was an amazing deal. I mean, wow. And then I just got totally screwed on Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I can't, in good conscience, recommend going with Family Video after that experience. But, you know, if you find something that's a pretty good deal and you're willing to take a chance on it, then maybe. But if you find something that's a pretty good deal, but it's not quite good enough, and you're still not necessarily willing to take a chance on it, then leave it alone. Because it's probably not worth it. You know, there's probably just as good of a chance that you're going to get the rental copy as there is a chance that you're going to get like the Super Ultra Deluxe Edition. I mean, I can't even believe that I got that, but it's cool, you know. At least they gave me that. It's almost like they knew that they screwed me over on the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes copy, so they're like, well, let's give them the special edition of Gone Girl. I don't know how they think. I don't know how they work, but yeah. I think, for the most part, I'll be sticking with Go Hastings from now on. At least you know what you're getting there. So, yeah. First experience with Family Video. Meh. Anyways, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Peace.